Welcome back to SV Blown Away, except this time it's more RV Blown Away, because I've traded the boat for a van. Only temporarily, but let's take a look at van life. Hi, I'm Ian, and for the last 20 plus years I've been living on board my old sailing boat. Blown Away is currently in Greece in the Mediterranean. But with a couple of grandkids back in the UK and Christmas approaching, I wanted to spend a little time with friends and family. With the cost of hotels and car rentals being frighteningly high, I decided to pick up a small camper van. You'd have to be hiding under a rock not to realise how many van life people are out on the streets these days. Every other van that I look at has got a roof vent, solar panels and people living in it. So my intentions over the next month or so are to drive around some of my old haunts and see them from a different angle. Now, living in a van brings its own challenges because this is the middle of winter. It's December. Most of the campsites are closed. So we are going to be wild camping in the areas which are overlooked, places where we can stop with an amazing view and avoid getting a ticket. Now, there's a really clever app that I use on the sailing boat called Navily, which shows me where I can anchor. There's also a similar app for van lifers. That app's called Park for Night, and that's the app that I'm going to use to show me where I can park overnight and hopefully not incur any parking charges. Now, I've often seen on the overhead signs on motorways, "Do not drive while you are tired." That is actually in the highway code. It is an offence for you to carry on driving your vehicle, putting the public at danger of you falling asleep. Now, as far as I'm concerned, that means I can park in laybys like this, get my head down so that I'm not a danger to you.
Take off. The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
And with its lush green fields and beautiful scenery, the Cotswolds has to be one of my favourite all-time places. Now, this van was pre-made by a company called Swift, who back in the day made caravans. I'm sure they still do. My son, however, decided he was going to build his own. This van is a Mercedes Sprinter, built to his specifications. As you can see, an ex-tyre van. And it still has a reflective tape on the back doors. These are what they call stealth campers. Made to look like work vehicles, but realistically, they're mobile homes. These things are genius. Park them where you want, side the motorway, put them in a lay-by, they blend in. At times on this trip I felt like I was the only van that didn't have chevrons on the back. And as Sam knows this lovely little place next to a reservoir in the Brecon Beacons, and that's where we're off to. Complete with a bicycle, an electric motorcycle and 2 dogs, one of which is the size of a horse. It's a bit breezy. Well, we did say we were going wild camping. This is my wake up view. This is Talibont, the reservoir. Breakfast of kings. Fairly essential for us hobos to have a good breakfast in the mornings. Hopefully with a good view. Now I'm not the only van lifer in the family. That Nissan Skyline you see driving away is my eldest son who came to visit. This is my youngest son, Sam, and we're paying a visit to the Brecon Beacons. And us boys, we do like a bit of banter.
Yeah, he has gone the wrong way.
Is that
Yeah. Hang on. So, yeah, Simon's just left and gone the wrong way.
I've just come from that way on the bike, and it's going to be horrible in that car. It's honestly, it's real tight, bumpy and shit. He's going to fuck. It's that way.
And he just said, oh, I've got data, I've downloaded my map. And my son has his hilarious Sting electric motorcycle. And we're about to go for a bike ride. Bagsy me the electric bike.
Now the last time I was in the Brecon Beacons was back in 2012, just before I left the UK, and I was riding a KTM 250 in the Welsh 2-day enduro event. It was really nice to be back on a bike, back in the Brecon. And apparently I haven't lost all of those skills.
Yep.
Yeah, loving the Brecon Beacons, eh? Yeah, it's a shame it's such a wet day.
Yeah.
But that's why Wales is so green, right?
True. Very true.
What's this place called?
Taliban Reservoir.
Okay, and why are you carrying a rat?
Not me moving on the back.
Go! Go!
And after a lengthy bike ride, well, mine was electric, didn't really count, but I'm claiming it anyway. It's really nice to get back to the van, put the kettle on and have a brew.
I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day, 'cause I found my way. I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. 'Cause
And this place is Tintern Abbey in the fog. And I'm absolutely certain that we can't park there overnight, but we're going to have a look. Yeah, that's something else, eh? What an amazing little spot that is. Okay, on our way back into Bristol. So Blown Away was kept in Bristol for a while, quite a long time actually, and when we left, we went that way.
And the reason that van life is just so popular in the UK? The UK is a beautiful country, there is no denying that fact. And whilst buying a camper van may seem expensive, buying a van and converting it to a camper appeals to a broad spectrum of people, and that makes it far less daunting to people than a sailboat. And it also opens up travel to a whole new generation of people. But there are those out there who are living in their vans.
Van life versus boat life. Well, for a start, it's more expensive in the van. 100% more expensive. The amount of money I'm spending on diesel, quite alarming. That said, it's still better than living in a house. I've come back to the UK just to reset the brain a little bit, if you like, to see family and yeah, just kind of square away what I'm going to do with the future. It's all a bit of a mess, really. No one protects the little people, right? Nobody. Anyways, I'm editing, so hopefully on Tuesday you'll see another video. And thank you so much for your support, patrons, Ko-fi supporters. Thank you so much. And for me, van life has given me the option to come back to the UK, reconnect with friends and family, and we had a fantastic time. So with my batteries recharged, with life back online, it's time to head back to Blown Away. We have the Channel Tunnel to ourselves.
Oh yeah, did I not mention? We're driving back. Now I've done 4 motorcycle trips across Europe, so I kind of know what to expect from the roads, the traffic and the people. But let's take a look at it from a van life point of view.
First stop in France.
So what is the big difference between the UK and Europe if you're driving a camper van? Well, for a start, in France the airs, which are the motorway services, are free to park overnight. There are no charges. And in many towns, camper vans are welcomed with open arms, as the locals see them as a source of revenue. Let's face it, if you can afford to spend 50,000 euros on a camper van, you can afford to buy a loaf of bread. Now I'm pretty much treating this as a delivery, so I'm trying to get from A to B relatively quickly, so I'm using the toll roads. Now these toll roads are not the cheapest in the world, but that said, there were no potholes, unlike the roads in the UK.
The joy of road travels. These things are everywhere across Europe. It doesn't matter which country you drive through, you will be reaching into your pockets and paying toll fees.
And as you might have noticed, there's snow on those mountains. I'm out of France now and heading into Switzerland. I haven't reached the highest peak yet, but there's a huge tunnel that cuts through. Now, if you are going to make this trip, one of the necessary essentials are either snow tyres or chains. Because getting caught in a snowdrift or stuck on the side of a mountain is going to cost you an awful lot of money to be rescued. And this tunnel ahead of me is going to take me through the highest peak. Now, because it's December, I've been tracking the snowfall in the forecast, and there isn't any more due for at least a week. So I'm hoping to get over the Alps and into Italy before it snows again.
Welcome to the Alps.
And I'd love to say that I was the only one making this trip in December, but clearly I'm not. Some of these guys have got some incredible trucks. Oh look, clear blue waters. We must be getting close to home. Now this is the Italian coastline, and I'm heading for the Italian port of Brindisi. Now Brindisi will take me to Igoumenitsa, and from there it's a short drive back to Blown Away. And as parking spaces go, this is probably one of my favourites, which just confirms to me that I really need to be living on a yacht, because I'm drawn to the water. Where's the point in driving a van? What an amazing place to see in the new year.
when you're feeling rather smug about how far you've driven, I sat and had a coffee with this Indian family who have driven around the world. And for a couple of €100, Brindisi to Igoumenitsa with a cabin. Now I just need one more ferry to get from Nidri across to Meganisi, and I am back to Blown Away.
Even when my teardrops start to dry, even when the sun begins to shine again, we're taking all the advice there is and none of it has helped. Experience has made me realize that I won't build my life on empty words. Being so damn naive, it only hurts.
And we are just arriving at the Greek island of Meganisi. We are here to make repairs to the boat, and the van is going to be used as accommodation for a few months whilst I rip the floor out. Things that just need upgrading or repairing or replacing, and the van, perfect accommodation for a few months while that work is done. Also, it was a bit of an adventure bringing the van across here. Quite good fun, especially the Alps. I really enjoyed doing the Alps.
I'm somewhere in the middle, try to find myself again, but life is one big riddle of the future and what's been. Guess it's the way it goes, and I will never know why you let me go. Look to the left, look to the right, nothing can stop me in the night, like I am leaving all the bad stuff and trying to remain so strong. I know it's good if I'm wrong. I got it, I gotta go, running to better times. Go, from my emotions I'll go, running to better times, to better times, to better times, to better times, to better times.
Now you get to see how much construction traffic there is coming to and from this island every day. It is alarming. Okay, so what is next? What is coming up now that we are back at Meganisi and back at Blown Away? Well, there's a really good reason I brought this van across to Greece. I'm ripping the floor out of Blown Away and completely rebuilding it from scratch. Remember this Iroko plank that we bought ages ago? Well, here is why I bought it. And if you'd like to see more, you're going to have to tune in next week. And as always, a huge shout out to the people you see on your screen now for helping with the production of these videos. Without your help, they probably would have stopped by now. And if you have watched this far and enjoyed the video and would like to add your name and face to this list, please look at the links down below in the comment section to join the coffee crew. And please, before you go, don't forget to hit like and subscribe and share with your friends, and leave me a comment down below. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in a couple of weeks.